This conference will now be recorded.
I got all the recordings, Vandana. Thank you.
Okay, actually, I have messaged him. I guess he might have loaded it.
Till yesterday,
Okay.
I got every all the
Okay. When if anything is missing, right? Please drop a message in the group. They will take care of it. Okay. The coordinate will take care of it.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I have seen some of you have some message me the switch case problem scenario, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Vandana.
I have to check it out, but I very one second. It was nice to see that you people have tried. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep practicing it. Okay. That is how you will learn a programming language, and which is very, very simple. Though many will say it is very tough, but by now you might have little gain little confidence about the Java, right?
Yes.
From
Yes.
2 weeks back, you were literally on the verge that okay, we don't know anything, but now you know how to write a program in Java.
Yes.
Yeah, now what we have to develop is we have to develop the we have just seen what is what in Java. Later we will see how what each and every term represent in Java. Okay, we will discuss that in Java class. Now coming back to the testing, yesterday's we have spoken about the smoke testing and sanity testing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
When
We
to do
started STLC.
yeah, when to do smoke testing and when to do sanity testing.
Unstable build.
Unstable.
What is smoke testing?
We firstly test the primary functions of
Share
the
up.
The main features or the important functionalities of the application.
application.
Yeah, on which kind of build, stable or unstable build?
Unstable
Unstable.
build.
Unstable.
Unstable build, if we are doing it, we call it as smoke testing. If we are doing the same, perform the same on a stable build, we call it as
Sanity.
sanity testing. When I refer to sanity testing, it implies that the application is already developed and we are adding some
Adding
more features, or we are doing
yeah.
some modifications of the code, and we are
Will do affect
verifying.
the older version or not.
Yeah,
Old
we are
features.
but we are checking the main features only. Okay.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah, when you're studying, right, when you try to understand the difference between your regression testing and sanity testing. Regression testing is again when you're doing the changes, you're verifying whether there is a change in the code or not, but you're checking the entire module. Okay, you're checking the entire module in the regression testing. Whereas in sanity testing, what I will do, I'll
And
focus only on the critical features or the main points.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then we have started with the software testing life cycle. What do you understand by the term software testing life cycle? See, testing whenever an application is received by a tester, it is not that we directly start the testing process. We follow a sequence of steps. We follow some step-by-step procedure. What are the steps that are to be followed to make sure that the application is tested properly, or to give a high-quality product to the customer, to save our time, to efficiently utilize the time? That processes are called as software testing life cycle processes. What are they? First one is your, what is the first one?
Requirement analysis.
Requirement
Requirement
analysis.
analysis.
Second one is your test plan creation. Third one is your test case development. Fourth one is your test execution. Fifth one, environment setup. And sixth one is your test closure. Be familiar with the steps, okay? Few of them will say 7 steps are there, few of them will say 5 steps, but you can write, you can segregate it as per the convenience. But make sure that these are the main important steps you have to remember in a software testing life cycle. First phase, requirement analysis. Already a requirement document will be prepared in the development life cycle. What we do, we as a tester, what we will do, we will try to understand the requirement document. Means what the client has asked for, what he's looking for in the application, what all features he wants to be in his application. So as a tester, on which features I should be testing it, which I can neglect, All that points, if I take into account, we call it as the requirement analysis phase. Okay. The main focus is what? We are trying to understand the requirement document that is prepared in the SDLC, software development lifecycle phase. Okay. Why? You people are bored or what?
No, no, no.
No.
Doubt? Anything doubt
No
or
doubt.
something? Okay, fine. So the second phase, right, test plan creation, I thought I'll show it and I'll explain it. It will be very easy for you to understand, because if I keep on explaining it, it will be like a one way reception for you. Okay, here I wanted to show you today, right? It so happened that my laptop automatically got shut down. So if you see there on the left hand side, I have a document recovery. Okay, are you able to see my Word document?
Yes.
Yes.
If you remember, I was specifying about that if suppose if accidentally something gets crashed or something gets closed, we should have a provision to make sure that the application can restore the file, recover the files or something like the recover the data. What kind of testing was it? It comes under what kind of testing?
Recovery testing.
Recovery testing, right? I have to be make sure that I see this was a document which I have opened, the last opened one.
Yes.
So there were two versions of it. One was the Friday version and the other one was Saturday version. So it is asking, this is the original document and this is the auto recover version, which you want to save it. So in recovery testing, what we will be doing is if a particular document gets closed or if anything happens, crash happens, whether I'm able to recover the original document or not. Okay, if I click on the original document, it will, oh, it's taking time. It will ask which particular document you want to save, or the auto saved one or the original one. Okay, it should ask for the option. This is the portion which I'll be checking in the recovery testing.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay, coming back. So, okay. Let me save it. See, since I have this is a recovered document, it is asking for again a new one. Fine. This is today we are going to discuss in detail about the second step of our software testing life cycle. What is the second step? Test plan creation. Normally, it is created by the test lead. Okay. If you are a new fresher into the organization, or if you are new to the team, then you might not concentrate on much, but still you should have an idea how a test plan document looks like. Okay, what all features are included in the test plan document? You should be aware of the same. For that, I'll show you a small test plan document, how a test plan document is being prepared. Okay. See, this is nothing but you have a payroll system. Is everyone aware of the what is payroll system is?
Yes.
Payroll system
Vandana,
is nothing.
your voice
Yes,
is like your voice is not
audible.
some noise is there. Yeah,
Mine.
audible, but some noise.
Okay.
There is no problem for me.
Mm. Now is it okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me check it out. If again if it is repeating, kindly let me know. I'll rejoin.
Okay.
Okay. So see, payroll system is nothing but everyone receives the salary and everything, right? How do they receive the salary and everything? Based on their grade, based on their position, hierarchy in the organization, and the base HRA values, exemptions, medical insurance. All these things are included and excluded. Then only they will get the gross pay and the net pay, right?
Yes.
Do you think it is by default it is written as like okay, every month you receive 50,000? Is it the round figure? Do everyone receive the round figure?
No.
No,
No.
right. Based on some calculations only, they will calculate. If I am taking some leaves, it should be included. It should be deducted. If
Yes.
I am I have completed my paid leaves. Okay,
Yes.
if it is
Yeah.
a like some health medical leaves, then there will be in a different way. So when I say payroll system, it is nothing but a software based on my number of days attending the company, based on the leave section, based on my current slab of the tax paying. My salary should be accredited in shown in the particular slot, right? Yes or
Yes.
no?
Yes.
So here we have a particular, we are developing we are going to test a payroll system for one company. Do you think if it is a very small company, only one office will be there? If it is a huge company, if it is a huge, if it is a very multinational company, only do you find only one regional office for it?
No, so
No,
many
right?
branches.
There will be lot of branches for it. So there will be in each and every branch you will be having a n number of employees.
Yes.
So whatever system I develop, I should take into the location of the particular regional office. See, the calculation of the salary for the US employee and the Indian employee will be different, right?
Yes.
Do you think they will receive the same amount?
No.
If we
No, no, no.
receive US pay, it is very well and fine with us, but we don't receive the US pay, right? For us, we will be having Indian pay, and whereas they will be having the US pay system, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what we are in test plan, right? What we will be doing, first of all, for that particular application, what is the test objective? Okay, what are the things you are going to test in the particular application? You will make a list of all the objective, I mean, prioritize the features which you are going to focus on. Okay, whether the payroll functions are working correctly or not, the business processes are supported or not. I mean, this is a, you can say, a proper technical language. Okay, if I say the same thing for a small Gmail application, which everyone is familiar, I take Gmail because we can understand it in a easier way. Okay, what I do is, okay, let me take. So if I have this particular what do you say, sign in web page, what should I do? What is my test objective for this Gmail? I should see whether my login page is working properly or not. This is my sign in page, right? Whether
Yes.
I'm able to create the to manage my business, whether I'm able to create my Google account properly or not, whether I'm able to check out the forget email page is displaying or not. These are my test objectives. Okay,
Yes.
so in the test plan document, for the very first thing is we are going to prepare the list of the features which I should focus on. Okay, then the scope of the testing. Okay, what all things I have to test, what all things I can exclude, or and this whether the interfaces are working properly or not. These are taken into the scope of testing. Then the system review. System review is nothing but how exactly your application is linked. How application, I mean, if you see from inbox, a mail should go for the user B, and say it should be present in where? When will you receive a mail in the inbox? Someone will send you a mail, then only you will receive it in your inbox, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Or if I delete a mail in my inbox, where it should be present? It should be present in my trash. So inbox is interlinked with the trash. Compose is
Yes.
interlinked with sent items. Sent items is interlinked with the draft items. So you can see the connection between various modules. Oh, this is nothing but system overview means how your application, all the modules in your application are interlinked with each other. Overview of your application.
Yes.
Okay. System overview is nothing but overview of your application. Okay. In this Gmail, right, all these are interlinked or not?
Yes.
Right, the spam, the trash, the scheduled, and if I inbox, in inbox, if I start something, it should be present in my start box. So the system overview represents how the modules are interlinked with each other, the kind like in a what diagrammatic way, if I'm representing in a diagrammatic like this way. Okay, Then if there are any things which the tester has to be familiar with, because when you write a system requirement specification document, it will be in the business terms. Do you think you will be able to understand the document? Not everyone will be able to understand the business requirements. So they will give a little bit description about, okay, what exactly this feature will, this module will contain, what exactly in this module will be present. So they will give a little bit idea about it for the clarity of the person who is referring to the test plan document. Okay. Then first of all, we will have, when we will the next step is assumptions and constraints. Assumptions and constraints means there are, see, assumptions, right? That when we are preparing when we are going to start the test, it implies that the build is for the particular module is finished. Okay, build one is finished. We are making an assumption that the whatever modules that to be done developed by the developer in the build one, they are completed. Okay, they have passed the unit testing. By the unit testing has been completed by the developer. We will make it as an assumption, and then we'll carry forward. Who does the unit testing? Who
Developer.
does the unit? Developer. So as a tester, we will assume that, okay, unit testing has been completed. That is why we are getting the application. But there are some constraints. Okay, constraints is like that, right? Our project manager will say complete the testing within 2 weeks. But as a tester, you know that how much time it will take, right? Some, though they will put the deadlines, sometimes you are more familiar that, okay, not 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it will be 3 weeks will be the time period to complete the test of the entire application. So we can make it as a constraint. Okay, 2 weeks we can finish this so and so modules, but we cannot do the retesting. We can anything if which we cannot complete in that, we can put it in the constraints. Okay, am I clear how the
Yes.
system document looks like? Okay. Now what I will do is, we will, okay, then what all software components are which you should focus on. Okay, we have so many things, right? Like inbox is a module. Inbox is a module. Snoozed is a module. Start module. These all modules have to be tested. That is what we mention each and every details clearly in our
Test
requirements
plan.
software, yeah, test plan document. Okay. Then if you are using any test tools, you have to specify what tools you are going to use further, but in testing the application. If you are using any automation tools, you have to specify them. If you are using any defect tracking tools, you have to specify them. Even for manual testing, to write the test cases, we have Jira and everything. We have to specify that what all tools you are using for the application. Okay. These are nothing
Okay.
but, see, here I have business processes means employee time entry. Yeah, here I have 5 business processes. Business processes are nothing but a higher level objective. Higher level objective, when I say higher level objective, if I take Flipkart, payment is a higher level objective. In the payment, what should happen? When I click on the payment, what should happen? It should show display the
It is
cards.
asking.
Card should be displayed. I should be able to do the net banking. I should be redirected to the bank. Then bank should be doing the transaction. That is a separate entity. Okay. My account is a different thing. Why? What happens in my account? The orders which I have, if I am having some wish list, all this thing. If I am having some rewards, all these things should be shown in my account. Right. Grocery is a separate component, separate entity. Yes or no? Grocery, what happens if I click on grocery? All the items related to the grocery will be displayed in the grocery tab. Okay. Everything is, see, Flipkart as a whole, it is a bigger component. In that, these are sub components. Okay. In these sub components, again, I have, if I click on grocery, what happens? Again, I have further small sub components. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? No? Yes.
Can you
Yes or
come
no?
again? Can you come again?
Okay. See, when business processes means, you can say that each and one particular module or one particular action, we are getting some specified output from that. Payment means what? it is doing some transaction over there. It is entirely related to the money related, or it is related to the bank and the application oriented thing. Fine. In my account, what will be I having? I'll be having the user information. Everything related to the user information will be stored in the my account. Yes or no? Okay, in the top offers, what will be related in the, if I click on the top offers, what will be having? I'll be having the deals for each and every kind of thing. See, I'll have for the for week related, what are the major deals? For the fashion related, what are the deals? Okay, based on and other top offers for each and every books related, or based on the day to day account, they might have classified it. It should be representing like that. So what exactly is to be seeked in that module, we will separate it. Instead of checking the entire application, what we will do is, in test plan document, we will segregate the modules. When I say payment should include what? It should include the proceed to the payment page, the card page, as well as the transaction page. All these features will be included over it. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay, when I say fund transfer, what should be included? When I
Account
say fund
number,
transfer,
that's account number.
okay,
Yeah,
no,
receiver number.
yeah. When I see, once I click on once I transfer the fund transfer, what should happen? In that, all my account now details, as well as whether it's a saving account or whether it is a what you have other one, right? Current account. Hmm? All account type should be there. If I have the other user, I should be able to enter the IFSC code and all the details of the other user.
Yes.
Okay, that is a simple module.
That is
That is a
okay.
simple module. But when I say business process means I'm transferring the money from my side to other person. Okay, means there is a transaction, there is some data transfer over there. Means money is transferring from my account to the other person. So what is the in what should I check? I should be able to check the account statement of mine, account statement of the other person, right?
Yeah.
They should be able to what the balance should be the log the home page should be updated. Yes or no? The home screen should detect my thing, whereas the screen of the other person should be credited with the amount which I have sent.
Sent.
That is the business process. Business process means not only the fund transfer module. Fund transfer module is also included. Apart from that, the statement of the both the persons should be also updated.
Okay.
Okay, remember this one. Okay, I'll come back over here. So, test tools, in the test plan document, we will be including the test tools. What all test types that are to be performed on the application, that also we will be noting down, whether we are going to do functional testing based on what? Business requirements or based on the deliverables, okay? Whether you're security testing, you're going to do regression testing, recovery testing, all these testings they have included over here. Test data is one of the important thing. Okay, do remember what is test data? One of the interview question, huh? Test data, right? I have this application Gmail. So can I log in with any data? I
No
can
valid.
do always. Who will be providing that valid data? Will I give my own input always? Like you
No, no,
always see
no.
my own input. If I keep on trying this, I can
No.
try for n number of mail IDs, right? I can
Yeah.
test this application for n number of mail IDs. But is it necessary? Is it
No.
necessary for me to test the application for all the mail IDs? No. So what we will
No.
do is we will create a sample data to test the application on which we can test the application. Okay. I'll be creating a sample data to create. I will be so that I will check whether for this particular IDs my application is working fine or not. So what we will do is, first of all, we will create some dummy email IDs. Okay, we will create some dummy email IDs. Like I will create ABC at the rate of gmail.com. This is my valid email ID. Okay. Then I will create some invalid email ABC123 Okay, or at the rate of gmail.com. Then I will have, if it is starting with some like this percentage ABC at the rate of gmail.com, like this, we will have some sample test data. So what we will do as a tester, we won't use our own data. We will take the data from the
Sample data.
provided by the sample data or dummy data. We normally, when the requirement document is provided or when the developer is developing the application, they will prepare a test data for us. They will give a sample data to check whether it is working fine or not. Okay, clear? Test
Yes.
data is nothing but based on the data which we are going to use to test the application. Okay, next we are planning it. The third step is planning. Who all are going to work on the testing the application? How many hours they are going to work? What are their responsibilities? Who is the leader? I'll provide this document. You can go through the documents same, so that you can get a clear idea on the test plan. Okay, who all are responsible for testing the application, whether we will be conducting any reviews meetings or not, whether if we are having any review meetings, what are the main review meetings which we should focus on. We'll be having a test plan review meeting. What is the progress? What is the test case review meeting? All these meetings will be we will just plan it. Okay, then when to deliver it. Okay, when it should start and when it should stop, this is the major criteria. Obviously, right, for everything we should prepare a deadline. If we don't prepare a deadline, what happens? Will we able to achieve the required output within the time period? No, right?
No.
So that is the reason why we have to, okay, build one, when should I start and when should I stop? Build two, when should I start and when should I stop? After that, whether the summary report is being delivered or not. All these are with respect to the dates we will, okay, with this might be a tentative dates, but we have to plan it. Okay, see, when you are preparing for the exam, you will prepare, right? You will think, right, from for 1 hour I will study this unit 1. After for 2 hours for this afternoon period I will study the unit 2 and 3. That is how we will plan for the examination, right? Yes or
Yes.
no?
Yes, yes.
Similarly for the testing the application, what we will do, I have so many builds, I will allocate some time period for it. Within this time period this should be over, and so on and so on. Then comes your test environment. Test environment is nothing but what kind of software and hardware requirements are necessary to test the application. As I said earlier, each and every application is the usage is different. If it is an Android application, is it will it be good if I test in the laptop? No, right? I should test the application in the
So,
Android software.
mobile.
Yeah.
Yes.
So not only that, there are many things. There, the RAM percentage or the storage, server device, the network speed, all of them will be specified in the requirement document. So based on that, we have to create an environment setup. So in the test plan, we will see, okay, these are the environment requirements. Okay, if it is a Mac thing, I should have these are the what configuration
Okay.
details for that. If it
Configuration.
is if I have a Windows drive, these are the minimum processors I have to use to test the application. Network should be like this. I should have the operating system. Okay, for what all supporting operating systems should be there? Windows 7 and 8. My software should be working fine on the 7 and 8. These will things will be specified in the requirement document, but we are just jotting it down over here. Okay. So then, yeah, test lab is nothing but where you will be having all the meetings, where you will, in which room you will be conducting and everything. Training. Why training is necessary? Do you think a team will be always of skilled persons?
No.
No, right? Whenever a testing team is there or any team is there, what happens? You two or three experienced people will be there. Then you will be having the medium level people. Then the and freshers, everyone. So when it is necessary for the freshers to have a KT session, the knowledge transfer session is very important for the freshers. Or is what happens? They will not be familiar with what is to be tested, how it is the process should go on. right? The staff is to be trained properly so that the time we will be able to save it, and also we will schedule the training process for them. Then the fourth step is what all features are to be tested. What all features are to be tested. See, in build one, there are what happened, right? For this payroll system, they have build one, build two, and they have some another build three. They have three builds. As I said earlier, build is nothing but partial development of the modules. Okay, partial development of the modules. In the build one, what happened, right? They have developed a module called table maintenance, employee time entry, creating timesheets, system ease of use. These are the modules they have developed, system performance. Okay, so what we are going to do in the table modules, again I have some features, whether the table entries are being updated or not, office code has to be updated, security, means authorization levels for different things. These are the features which I have to be testing in the table maintenance. Okay, now if I speak in terms of I in this one, right? I have this compose box. I have this compose box, right?
Yes.
So what are the features I have to test? I have to see whether I'm able to send I'm able to focus on the two field or not, whether I'm able to write in the subject field or not, whether CC is working or not, whether BCC is working or not, whether I'm able to schedule send it, whether I'm able to send it, whether I'm able to discard it. All these features are to be tested,
Yes.
right? So we
Yes.
will write, will when I say what are the features are to be tested, this is my compose module. In the compose module, these are features I should focus on. Am I clear what I am trying to say? In the test plan document, we will specify what are the major features I should focus on.
Okay.
Okay. Then what happens for each and every build, we will there are different modules. Based on that, they have written, okay, what all things are there. Ease of navigation is nothing but whether I'm able to navigate from one feature to other feature properly or not.
Okay.
Okay. Then features are not to be tested. Few features, right? We need not test it. It depends upon the again the application. Okay. Not we normally don't focus on 100% testing of the application. We go for at least 90% of the application. Some 10% features are not necessary to be tested. Okay, that features we can avoid it. Okay, if there are anything we
Okay.
can write it out. If there are nothing, we have to make it as a not applicable thing. Then comes your testing procedure, how you are going to test it. Okay, what are the things you are going to test it? When I say so many modules are there, right, in inbox, in Gmail, how exactly you're in maybe in my build one, inbox is developed and compose is developed, and draft
Okay.
item is developed. So what I will do is I will try to make an order which how to which one is to be tested first. Okay, if they're in separate components, I don't mind, but if there are dependent components, I should be very familiar with which one should be tested first. Suppose I have compose, sent, and drafts. Which one should be tested first?
Compose.
Compose is to be
Compose.
tested first because it is high level hierarchy, right? In the
Mm.
hierarchy, compose will come first, then sent and drafts will be coming later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So order of testing, again it depends. Okay. Normally, what happens? The developer will they will decide themselves. They will give the connection and everything. What as a test and the test lead is focusing on how they have developed the application, and he will be writing the same thing over here. Fine. For each and every feature, right, we have a pass and fail criteria. Okay, what is pass and fail criteria? When should, what is the pass criteria for the Gmail? What is the pass criteria for the Gmail?
Whether you give a valid
Able to log
uh,
in.
Valid login and
yeah.
password. Okay,
Yeah.
proper email ID and proper suitable password is to be given. correct password should be given. Okay, valid password and valid user ID. Then only that is a pass criteria. What is fail criteria?
If when we enter the characters, it should give an error.
Invalid username,
Invalid.
valid password. Password is valid, but username is
Mm.
invalid.
Yeah.
Or okay, no, it should open or it should not open.
It is not open.
It should not open. It
Open.
actually the expected output is it should not open. If it is not opening, then it is a pass. But if I'm giving
Okay.
the wrong credential, still it is opening, then I call it as a fail.
Fail. Yeah.
Giving the wrong output, but I'm getting the still I'm able to open the page, then it is a fail criteria.
Got it.
Understood?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it should not open, but still it is opening, so I call it as a fail criteria. Okay. So what are the pass and fail criteria for each features? They will note it down. When to stop? Okay, suspension and resumption requirements. Sometimes, right, we have to suspend the testing. When we have to suspend the testing? Okay, when we are doing the testing, right, we see a lot of defects. Okay, one and two defects daily, it is another way. But if I'm seeing like hundreds and hundreds of defects are there, so should I keep on continue testing the application? No use, right?
Yes.
So at that time we can say that okay, lot of bugs are there. We can keep a hold of the testing. Let the application be resent to the developer team. Okay. Not only that, sometimes what happens, right? Now we are using the agile environment. Sometimes software might they will say that instead of Windows 8, now please start testing for the Windows 10. But we have created an environment with Windows 7 and 8, right? If I want to update for the Windows 10, it will take some time, right? I can't start again testing, right? So what we will do is we will keep a hold of the testing, let the operating system be updated, then we will start the resume the testing process. Am I clear? When we are changing the environment, when we are changing the test environment, when we are having lot of defects, we will suspend the testing activity. Am I clear?
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
Okay. Then if I'm getting any defects, right? If I'm getting any bugs or if we see any failed things, what we will do, we will prioritize them. This is again a separate topic we will be discussing in detail. We will prioritize the defects, whether they are a high priority defect, whether they are minimum priority defect, whether it is a critical what block defect. We are going to identify the type of defect and we are going to notify the project manager or the respective developer about the defect in the priority. Then risk, if there are any risk, what should we do? Okay, if there are any risk, see, every module will be having some amount of risk, yes or no? The highest risk amount in the shopping website is which one? Payment mode, right? Payment module,
Yeah.
right, it is having the highest amount of risk. If anything problem occurs while you are doing a payment, what happens? It comes under a major defect, right?
Yes.
You should do a thorough testing on the payment module rather than the my account module.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, right? Because my account module, if I have some differences, also we can do something. But payment module is something like it is a financial thing, and it is not only one module is over there. The banks, the third party, as well as the application, all three of them are integrated with each other, right? Immediately some if
Yeah.
there is any problem with that, immediately it should be notified or we should get an error message or something should be some action should be taken over there. Okay,
Yeah.
so we should see that if there are any defects in the starting itself, they are corrected. So this is how a test plan document in these are the major things which are there in a test plan document. I hope you got a little bit idea of what a test plan document looks like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Majorly, it looks what are the things which we focus on? We focus on the objectives of the test, what all tests we will be performing, who will be doing the testing, when is the schedule of the testing, means when to start and when to stop it, and the budget if you are having anything. That then what all modules, what all the features you are going to test in the application. All these things are document. It is nothing but a detailed document of your testing the application that is to be tested.
Okay.
Clear? Detailed document about the application that is to be tested. The features, who, when, why, what. All these questions are answered in your test plan document. Clear?
Yes, Vandana.
Yes.
Okay. The next topic is test. The third step, ma. Third step is test case development. One of the important thing. So this is where we should focus on. First of all, we should understand what is test case. Okay. The third step is test case development. Test case development. Development. Okay. See, what is test case? As I said earlier, right? We have lot of features in an application, right? This
Yes.
is a feature where I'm entering a mail ID. Forget email is a feature. Next button is a feature. Create account is a feature. Learn more is a feature. Yes or no?
Yes.
Logging, okay, opening the gmail.com is also a feature.
Yes. Primary.
Uh, so what I'm trying to say is test case is nothing but detailed description of what feature you're going to test in the particular module. Okay, whether I'm verifying the login login feature or login functionality of the Gmail or not, whether I'm verifying whether I'm able to open the forget email link or not, whether I'm able to proceed to the password page or not for valid user input and valid email ID, whether I'm able to proceed to the password page or not. Am I clear what we are? What is test case? Test case is nothing but detailed description of the feature. If you are giving some input, what will be the output of it? What are the steps that are to be followed to test that particular feature? If I'm giving a detailed description of that testing the feature, we call it as a test case. What is test case? Detailed description of the testing the
Feature.
feature. Testing a feature. Am I clear?
Yes.
Test case development, when I say, okay, here also I wanted to show the recovery document. Okay, fine. Okay. Is it visible? No.
Yeah. Visible.
Okay. There are two important terminology when you try to check out the test case development. One is test case, one is test scenario. Test
Okay.
scenario. Okay.
Scenario.
Test scenario is a high level what approach. When you use test case is a low level approach.
Okay.
Detailed approach. Okay. You're just saying test scenario means verifying the functionality of Gmail. Test scenario, verifying the login functionality of Gmail. Test case means verifying whether the user is able to log in for the valid username and password. Whether verifying whether the user is able to log in for invalid username and valid password. Okay, let me discuss you with the same with the help of normally, right? Most of the industries they followed Excel format to write the test cases. Okay, this is where you should focus on. Please remember, okay, you can focus on this test case from now on. Since everyone is familiar with the Gmail thing, I am taking the help of Gmail. Okay. Okay. Whenever I say test case document or anything, I have these all features: test case ID, test scenario, description, prerequisites if I have any, steps that are to be followed, okay, step number and everything, test data, actual result, expected result, priority, result, and comments. Again, I'm saying that for these are the main things which we will see in a test case document. ID is nothing but 1, 2, 3, and something. Test scenario is a high level feature, high level feature. So when I say the Gmail, right, Gmail application, what is the first test scenario I'm checking it? What is the main first scenario I want to check it? Whether I'm able
Login
to
page.
log in. So verifying the functionality, verifying the Gmail feature of the Gmail login page. This is my scenario. Okay, is it clear? This is a
Yes.
high level thing. In this, I can again subclassify, verifying the URL. If I'm clicking on the Gmail, whether I'm able to log in into the page or not. Whether verifying the display of the components of login page. Even this should be there, right? If this all the components are not there, then it is a defect.
Okay.
Create account should be present in my login page. If it is not present over here, then it is a defect.
Okay.
Forget email should be present. If forget email is not there, then it is considered as a defect. Okay, so what I will do, we will this is a major functionality, then we will subclassify it, verifying the URL, verifying the components, verifying the focus in the text box. Okay, if you see what happens in this, as soon as I create a one, open my page, this is your text box, right? There is a
Yes.
focus means what, the prompt is being apply shown over here. You see a cursor which is blinking each and every time.
Yes.
I'm verifying whether the focus is present in the text box or not.
Okay.
Okay. Then what else I can write? I can write verifying the login functionality with valid email ID. Okay. Then verifying the functionality for forgot password link. Verifying for invalid email ID. Next button is present or not. These are all the sub components which have to be tested in the login page.
Okay.
Scenario is a broad approach, whereas test case is a low level approach.
Okay.
Are you able to understand, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Test cases is very, very important. So please focus. This is the one which you have to do in the manual testing. Manual testing, right? What all you have learned so far is for interview purpose. And this is the actual work which you will be doing in the project, writing the test cases. Okay, again, the test cases what I write and you might write is different. It might be different, but the thing is, you should be able to understand the requirements, and based on that, you can subclassify the features which are to be tested in that scenario. Clear?
Yes. Clear.
Okay, so this is the scenario, then this is the description. Verifying the URL, what I can do, what is the steps I have to follow? First, I have to launch the browser, then I will enter the URL. What is the URL data I'll be giving? Gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Okay, this is the test data. Who will provide the test data? The developer might provide the test data, or the customer might have sent, okay, I want a my website to be for so and so name, please create the same and so name only. Then that test data will be used. What is the expected result? Browser should be launched and that it should navigate to be Gmail
Gmail
login page.
login page.
Okay, so when as a tester, what I will do, as a tester, what I will be doing, first I will check my browser. Okay, my browser is launched. Okay, when I click the particular so and so gmail.com, it should be navigated to the login page of the Gmail. Whether it is opening, this is my actual result. So what I will do, I will write my actual result. Okay, If it is pass, I will say it is pass. If it is fail, what will I say? I will say it as fail.
Okay.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So when I say test case development, what we are doing is we have so many features in it. How exactly we are going to test them? The detailed description of the procedure to be followed to test the feature. We are documenting it. That is called your test case document. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let us see how to verify the functionality for login functionality with valid email ID. Okay. Valid email ID. What is the one? The steps to be followed. First, I have to open my browser. Okay. I have to provide a valid email ID. Right. When I
Yes.
provide the browser, what should be my result? Actual result.
Gmail,
Sorry.
Gmail should
Expected result.
be
First, we will write expected. Expected means
okay.
the result should be like so and so. Gmail
Mm.
sign in page should be open. Actual, it is opening. Yeah, it is opening means I
Yes.
will write the result as pass.
Okay.
Once I provide a valid email ID, if I don't see any error message, actually, valid email ID means no error message should be shown.
Okay.
If I type a valid email ID, if there is no error message, I will actual result will be no error message. Then the test is pass. Both of them should be same. If I click on the next button, what happens? It should navigate to the password page. Whether it is navigating to the password page, if it is yes, I will write it as an actual result. Then expected and actual are same, so the test is pass. Am I clear?
Yes, Vandana.
Okay, one thing. Actually, if I provide a valid email, no error message should be shown. Suppose it is throwing an error message. I got an error message. Whether the test is pass or fail,
Fail.
Fail.
actually it should not throw any error message, but in expected is no error message. Actually, is I got an error message. So the
Fail.
test is fail. What we will do? We will raise it as a defect and we will notify the developer. Am I clear?
Yes.
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 Okay, let us take an example. I hope I have opened this document. I have shared this one if you remember.
Yes.
Okay. I have shared a sample template how it's see. This is the test scenario which I'm referring to. Where the test scenario is I'm testing the functionality of the sign-in module. Okay. If in the sign-in module, what all things I will be checking? I'll be checking the text box. I will be checking the next button. I will be checking the forget password link. I will be checking what all? The create account, learn more, help, privacy, terms,
Terms.
whether I'm able to
Next.
change the language or not. Right? I should be able to change the language also. Obviously, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So these are all things I have to verify as a tester. But what are the major features over here? What are the major features?
Login. Login.
This is the major feature. I should be able to type a proper email ID on this. This is a major one. Next button should work. This is a major one. If learn more is not working, is it a major one?
No.
Help
No.
privacy terms. Are these major features?
No.
No.
Lower.
Does
Second
it
one.
affect the functionality of the login?
No.
No.
Does create account affect the functionality of the login? No, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, forget email is necessary. In case we forget the email, we need to know what is the critical defect. So one, then forget email, and the next button. These are considered as a major features. So when we do the sanity testing, what we will focus on? We will focus on these three.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, if a new user is there, create account should be there. We will focus on this also. But we will not focus on help, privacy, terms, and so on. So is it clear?
Okay.
Got it.
Got it.
I hope you are able to relate the types of testing with the test case application. I want a little bit interaction. Kindly answer me whether you're able to follow it or not.
Yeah,
Chaitanya,
understood.
Ranjit, both
Yes.
Nandinis.
Yes, Vandana.
Anything you'd like to ask?
No, no, no.
No, no.
Clear.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay. I have a scenario over here like this. Okay. This is a customized statement form module. Okay.
Okay.
Like you can say the fund transfer one.
Yes.
Fund transfer one. These are the requirements the customer has specified in the SRS document, right? These are the requirements he has specified. Account number, he said that it cannot be blank. Okay. Then account number, he has again said that characters are not allowed. There is a lower limit for that. In the lower limit, I should not character should not be present. Special character should not be present. So and so he has given some requirements. Okay.
Okay.
So what is the test scenario for this? How do we write the test scenario? Verifying the functionality of customized statement form. Broader approach.
Okay.
Verifying the functionality of this particular module. Okay. Functionality of customized statement form. This is my test scenario.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
In that, what I will write? I will write the test cases. What will I write? I will write the test cases as verify if the user is a verify the if the account number can be placed as blank. Okay.
Yes.
What are the steps to be followed? Click on the customized statement form. Then give a valid data for the account number. Leave all this. Say if they are asking for the blank, what should I say? Leave the test
Blank.
data will be leave the tab with the blank. Expected result will be it should throw an error,
Yes.
right? That it should state that account number cannot be blank. Then an error message should be shown as account number cannot be kept as blank. So actual result also should match with the expected result. If the actual and expected results are not matching, we call the result as fail.
Fail.
Am I clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I have one more test case. Okay, here I have. Everyone are familiar with the ATM machines, right?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
So, if, what happens in the ATM is nothing but again it is a software.
Yeah.
What happens? What is the first step we do when we go to a ATM machine?
Insert your
Swipe.
card.
Yeah, we will put the card in the card reader machine. There's a card reader, right? So what
Yes.
is the first? So what we will do is the very first test case scenario I will write verifying the functionality of ATM card reader. Okay, that card reader, what all actions it will do? It will say if it is a correct card. Okay, if verify the functionality of the card reader with valid card. If an invalid card is present, what should be the input output? If an expired ATM card is given to the ATM card reader, how it should respond? Okay.
Yes.
If some people, right, what happens, they might not keep the card in a correct position. The magnetic
Yes.
strip will be on the other side.
Yes. Yes.
At
No.
that time, what it should happen? See, the main purpose of the ATM machine, right? It should only operate when the card is inserted in a proper
Correct.
position, and also valid card should be used. Then only the display screen should be displaying. For all the other cases, it should not open, right?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the test cases I will be writing to check the functionality of the ATM card reader.
Yes, Vandana.
Okay. So for ATM card reader, what I will do, what should happen, how the card reader is functioning when a valid card is provided. The display screen should be displayed properly, whether you want to select English, Telugu or Hindi, whatever language based on the regional states. Okay.
Okay.
If I'm providing an invalid card, what is my expected result? It should show an error. Please insert valid ATM card.
Yeah. Correct.
If an expired ATM card is there, what is my expected result? It should throw an error, something like your card is expired, or
Expired.
sorry, unable to process your request, and so message should come.
Yes.
Okay. Suppose if the card is inserted in a wrong position, what should happen? It should not be accepted. Nothing should happen.
Okay.
So these are my expected results. I will, and in reality, we will test the same card reader application with a proper valid card, with a invalid card, and so on. We will write the actual results. If both of them are same, we will write the pass. If they are not same, we will write it as fail.
Yes, yes.
So now you got a little bit clarity on what test case is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone,
Yes. Yes, Vandana.
see, this class is very, very important because this is the main job we are going to do in the manual testing. Okay, writing the test cases, whether any kind of tool which we are going to use further, first thing we are going to do is we are going to write the test cases. Test cases are nothing but the features which I am going to test, a detailed description of the features, how I am going to test it. Scenario is
Okay.
what is to be tested. This scenario means how I'm going to test it.
Information.
Yeah. In this functionality, what I'm going to test.
But
Sorry.
in this case, we
Sorry,
know the
I have to
Vandana.
another way. Other way around. So 1 second. Scenario means what is to be tested. Test case means how it is to be tested.
Okay.
Yeah, Nandini.
We know about the ATM, Gmail, all the things. When we got the new project, what
They
the
will that
features or
yeah.
what the operation is
Hmm.
done, we don't know about that now. How can
That
we
is where
be
your requirement document will help you out.
okay? Mm.
The requirement document, right, it is detailed description of it. They will say that even what they are expecting over there. If I'm
Okay,
providing an invalid card, what the error message should be there in that requirement document, it will be properly specified.
okay. Answer and question and answer they will only give,
Yeah,
but
most
we are
if,
going to be tested.
yeah, we are what we are doing is we are writing in a proper format so that it will be easy for us to, when we are doing the testing of the application, right? This is a document. We will keep the
Okay,
document side by side and we will test the application later on.
okay, fine.
Then we will write a result, actual result, we'll put it and we will write the result, pass, fail, and so on.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a document when we will be preparing, when we are trying to understand the requirements.
Okay,
Once the application is given to the us by the developer, then we will keep this document in hand, and we will cross verify this document with the application.
okay.
Yeah, like V module.
Library module, sorry.
Like V module. V model. Verification and validation model like that.
Yeah, V model. Yes, V model, you can say. This is like your in verification time, you will prepare these test cases. Validation time, you will execute the test cases.
Yes.
Is
Okay.
it clear?
Yes.
Tomorrow we will take
Yeah,
one proper example again, and you people will help me out to write the test cases and everything.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay. I will share
okay.
these documents today, the test plan document and the test case document to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Please go through them. And again, I'm repeating, where theory is one section, but this is what exactly you do in the project,
Yeah. Main phase.
main quiz. So
Okay.
you can say we have entered the stage 2 of the manual testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, clear?
Yeah, clear,
Yes.
Vandana.
Anything you would like to ask?
No.
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 Okay, then please take a break for 5 minutes and let me know once you're back from the break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, sure.
Is everyone back?
Yeah.
I guess Nandini is not back. Both of
Yeah.
them. One
I'm
Nandini
back.
is back. Ranjit, are you there? Okay. See
I'm
today's
back.
class. Okay, Ranjit. I guess everyone is back.
Yes,
Today's
Vandana.
Yes.
class. Yeah. Yesterday we have learnt about the switch case, which is nothing but which functions like a flow control statement based on some expression. It will validate the expression, and
Yes.
if the expression is the for the correct expression only, the output will be printed.
Yes.
But we have to provide some break and default in
Continue.
case. Yeah, break and default for the switch.
Yeah. Yes.
You remember
Yes.
for yeah,
Yeah. For switch
we have a break and
default.
yeah. If we don't give break, what happens? Once the condition, once correct case is verified, the other statements are also printed.
Yes.
So to avoid that, we have to give a break statement. And also we have a default one. If none of the case is properly giving a proper output, let the default statement be printed over there.
Yes.
Break and default are optional in switch. We have seen that also. After
Yeah.
that, we have come across the break and continue in the looping things.
Yes.
Why do we use break in the loops?
It helped to come
Come out
out
from
of
the
the
loop.
loop.
Come out of the loop. Yeah, it helps to come out of the loop. Continue what he will do? It will do?
Skip. Skip
Skip
that
the
line.
current, yeah, skip the current iteration. It will skip the
Yes.
current iteration. After the continue, whatever statements you are going to give it will neglect it and it will go to the next return.
Yes.
Okay. Now today's class, right? So you can consider that from today's class, we are going to start the proper OOPS concepts. Okay.
Vandana, can you tell the continue again?
Continue what it will do. It will, if I have a statement after continue,
Okay.
okay. If the condition is satisfied, what it will do, it will skip that particular statement and it will go for the next line. Let me
Oh,
share the entire screen. Okay. Where did we give break continue example? What happened in this? See, once the condition is satisfied,
I
this
don't know.
condition is satisfied, what it will do, it will skip this one and it will go for the next iteration. When I is equal to 7, this it will not operate the print statement.
Okay.
See, 7 is not printed and 4 is also not printed.
Oh, okay.
It is skipping the print statement. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Today, right, we are actually, from today's class, right, whatever topic I'm saying, if you're not able to understand, please ask me again, okay? Because it is what all topics we are going to study, it is nothing but related to the OOPS concept or object-oriented programming concept. Java is a object-oriented programming, right?
Yes.
Programming language. Why do we say it is an object-oriented programming language? Because what all the program, right, we will develop in the form of objects. Whatever the code we are developing, we are trying to develop in the form of objects. But what is object? Do you know what is object? Are you clear with what is
No.
object? No. Okay,
No.
what is class? Are you familiar with that? No. What we are going to do is we are going to understand each and every term properly. Okay?
Okay.
Like you remember we have learnt about variables. What are variables?
Int,
We
char,
just took the value.
string.
That are data types.
Sorry.
Int, char, data types.
Sorry.
Storing the values. The any
Yeah.
kind of name. What variable is nothing but the particular memory allocation thing. A name given for a memory allocation. It restores a particular value. Okay. So today's
Yeah.
class, right, the very first thing which I'm going to focus on is methods. See, each and every videos will be different, each and every website will be different, but I'm going in a way which will help you to understand in a easier way. If in case still if you're not able to follow, please let me know. Okay. Today's
Okay.
concept is what is method. If you remember, every time when we write a program, right? Any program which we write, what are the two things which we do? We define a class, then we have a main method. Every time I say, right, this is a method, this is a class. By default, when every Java program, we should have these two things, right? But what exactly is a method? That is what we are going to understand today. Okay? Method is nothing but block of code which will perform certain task. Okay? Piece of code which is used to perform certain task. Certain task. See, normally what happens, right? There are certain features, certain things which I want to keep on repeating. See, for loop is used. For loop is used to repeat the statements, right? For loop or while loop, what do we do with the help of these loops? I can repeat certain amount of statements, right? What if I
Yes.
want to repeat the entire code? Okay. What if I want to repeat this program itself? Okay. Sometimes what happens, I want to repeat the entire action again and again. I want to reuse it whenever I want it. Like you remember, I have to add two numbers. Okay. Add two numbers. How can I write it? I will define two numbers. Int a is equal to so and so 5. Int b is equal to 6, 7. Then I will do sum is equal to a plus
It
b.
is
Then I will write print statement. Okay, print sum.
SOP.
Yeah, so I have defined in a simple way. So how many lines of code I have written? Okay,
4 lines.
this is for 5 and 7.
Yeah.
So if I want to give for another like say 8 and 9, either I have to modify this one or I have to write a new program. If I don't want to modify this one, I have to write a new program, right?
Yes.
So what if I don't want to write in that way? I can do one thing, right? I can create a small predefined method where I can take the values of 5. Okay. I can store this all four all four things in a method. We will define a method called sum, which will take the values a comma b. Okay. I will store these four values. These four statements, I will store them. What happens, right? By storing them, whenever I want to calculate the sum, I can call the method sum 8 comma 9. Because what happens when I say sum 5 comma 7, it will go to this particular block of code. It will put 5 as a and b as 7, and it will do the sum and it will print the sum. When it is 8 and 9, A will be 8, 9 will be B, and again it will do the sum and it will print the sum. So instead of repeating again the every action, what I'm doing, I'm storing it in a particular name, and that name we call it as a method. Okay.
Yeah.
When I want to reuse my code, we can store it in a particular name under in the name called method. Okay.
Okay.
So what is method? Method is nothing but a piece of code or block of code which is used to perform certain task. Okay. Or in another way, we can say that write one time, write once, execute many times, many times. We will write the code only once, and but whenever we want it, we can keep on calling it. Am I clear?
Yes.
So the main advantage of method is what? Reusability of the code. Reusability of the code. Need not keep on repeating it. Okay, write once, many execute many times. This is also an advantage. Okay. So first of all, how to create a method? How to create a method? We are going to see two things. One is when I want to do the reusability of the code or something, there are two things: creating a method and calling a method. As soon as I create it, I can't use it. I have to call it. Then only it will come and then only it will perform the action. Creating will not do anything. After creating, I have to call the particular name or method name. Then only it will call it. So in Java, right, we have a built-in methods. Okay, built-in methods, and we can user-created methods, user-defined methods. Built-in methods, ma best example is your system.out.println. What does it do? See, when I click on this particular statement, see the definition of it. This method behaves as though it provokes a print string. What is it? It is a method. Print ln is nothing but a method. What it will do? Whatever I write in the brackets, that is being shown as an output. It is being displayed in the output. What is the function? What is the action it is performing? The print ln method. What is the action it is performing? It will provide the output
Like,
whatever you give it in the brackets.
yeah.
Okay. So these are the built-in methods. Means there is a particular code written for this println, and that particular code, what it will do, it will see that what is written in the brackets, and that is being displayed over here. Clear, ma?
Yes.
So this is like a print. Not only println, we have math functions. Some like math dot square square. We are having different inbuilt functions. Not only inbuilt functions, we can create our own user-defined one. Okay, a user defined. Okay, first of all, first rule: method should be always declared within a class. Inside a class, method should be declared within a class, like the Java program, right? Every Java program, it starts with a class. After the class only, within the class only, I should define my method, and every method should end with a parenthesis. Like if I have system.out.println, out.println, if I give it like this, what it will say? See, if even if I give the colon, what happens? It is throwing an error, right?
Oh,
Because it is a method, and every method will end with a parenthesis.
Okay, fair enough.
That are open and close brackets.
Yeah.
Okay, parenthesis is a must for method. Okay. Oh, how? Okay, I'll write the syntax for it. Syntax for this is return type, return type, method name, brackets, then parent this curly braces. Within the curly braces, what all code I want to write, I can write it. This is the syntax. Okay, method should end with braces. So this is your syntax for method. If I want to create my own method, this is my syntax. Okay, please observe that return type and method name. Okay. Return type is nothing but what all if I am writing some code in within it, whether the output should be in the form of int, whether the output should be in the form of float, or it should be a string. I'm defining my data type. Okay, how your output should be displayed, whether it should be displayed in the int format or the string format or float format. I'm defining my data type. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes, yes.
That okay, whatever the value which you want to return, whether what kind of data type it should be, I'm going to define over here. Method name, or whether you are giving a sum, you are going to do a perform a sum addition, I will give a name as add. If I'm performing a subtraction task, I will give it as a subtract. What is the action I want to perform? Based on that, I will define a proper name, give a proper name for the method. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, Vandana.
Okay, then let me write a small example for it, then it will be very clear for you. Share. Okay. Today we will start with method 1. Method. Okay. Method example 1. Okay. I have a class. Within class, what I can do? I can define my method. Okay. See, by default, I have to give the main method. Main method is very necessary for the program Java to display the output. Public static void main is also a method which will help the program to display the output. Okay, am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Any doubts so far?
No, I
No.
have a doubt.
Yes.
After method, E is the uppercase letter. Is a problem?
Sorry.
After method, E is the example. E is the uppercase letter.
Yes,
After
class name.
this
Public
one.
class one. The class.
Yeah.
This
E
is a
is
class name. This is class name.
Starts with capital. He was
Yeah.
asking about the E example. We can write it in capital letter or small letter. He was
Yeah, it is
asking.
up to you, okay. But I have written so that it looks like two names for easy reading, right? If I take it as a small letter, what happens? Everything looks like a single word.
okay.
Okay.
Easy for readability purpose, I have taken as two capital letters. That's it.
Okay.
No
Okay,
problem.
nothing problem. How if you define everything in small cases, also there won't be any problem. But what we see, there is some coding rules for it. When we have to follow some coding rules.
Yeah.
Okay, the class will start with a capital letter. If I want it to two words, so either I can use the underscore or I can use the each word I can capitalize it. For method, right? How can I do int? Okay, int I return. See, what is the syntax I have? Return type and method name. So I will define a int add num. For method, right? I will start with the small letters.
But you're
Yeah.
writing,
Okay, what happened? What did I do?
like
Before the
usually we
method.
write after the public static void
Yeah.
name.
So this is a user-defined method. It is sufficient if I write it after the class.
Okay.
Okay. This is a separate method. Okay. This is
Okay.
the main one. Okay. This will help for me to display the output. But I can define my method outside my main method also. Okay.
Okay.
I'm defined. Okay. I will call this method within the main method. Let me show it to you. Okay. Did I share my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
visible.
Is it visible for everyone? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Fine. Let me take a small example. Okay. I will take int a comma b. It is throwing an error. Okay. Mm. I want to perform. Okay. Okay. Still, I have a problem.
Yeah.
What is the it is saying to add return statement. I have to add return statement to it. Okay. Or it is saying change return type to void.
Wow.
Add return statement. What happens? Return sum. Okay. Now is it throwing any error?
No.
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 Because I have defined the data type as int, it is saying you have to return the int data type only, which is stored, what all the values are there, I have stored in the sum, which is an int data type. Return this value. Okay. So let us see what it will be printed over here. Whether I can execute it or not, first we will see. Yeah, it will take. See, method, what I'm doing is I'm defining a certain amount of code, a certain part of code, and I'm storing it in with a name called add number. So instead of using the code again and again, what I can do is I can just give the name itself and I can keep on calling it n number of times. Wherever I want to perform a particular action, I can call that method. Am I clear?
Yes.
Method is always defined with a small, it will start with a lowercase letter and you should give parentheses for sure. Clear? In the parentheses, you can give what I give two things, right? Int A and int B. They are
Yeah.
called parameters. Okay. They are called parameters or arguments. Okay.
Parameters.
Parameters or arguments, which I'm trying to say that, okay, give these two values and use these two values within the method. And one more thing, methods are also called as functions. Methods are also called as functions. Okay. Did I get any output? I have
Mm,
executed it. Did I get any output?
no.
I created my method, but did I call it? Until unless I call it, I cannot use it. Okay, what I will do? Add num. It is throwing an error. What is it saying? What is the error? Add number, and add num is the method I have created.
Yes.
So once I highlight the error, what it is saying? The method add num int comma int is not applicable for without arguments. Okay. Either remove the parameters or add the matching parameters. I have given two arguments over here. But did I write anything over here in the bracket?
No.
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 That is the reason it is throwing error. So let me write two. How many arguments are there? Two arguments. Right?
Yes. Change
Okay.
static.
Okay. Why it is saying static? Does it work?
No.
I have to create it over here. Okay. As soon as I came static over here, what happened? Which was
Hello.
proper here, it became the format of the add num has changed. But what is static? What is
Hold on.
static? See, in Java, right? everything, every code which we create, right? It whatever we do is it goes in the format of objects. Okay. So it is necessary for us to create objects. But as of now, we are not clear with what is object and everything. So static word, right? When I keep static word, it says that even though you don't create any object, the code will execute. Okay, irrespective of whether I'm creating object or not, and I will be able to access this particular method. Clear? Without creating the objects, if I want to use this particular method, I have to write the keyword called static.
Okay.
Clear? Static will help us to access the method without creating
Object.
objects. Okay,
Yeah, object.
did I get the sum?
Yes.
Okay, again I will do. How many times if you want, that many times I can access the 7 comma 10. Okay, same thing, right?
Yes.
Did I repeat my code? Instead of repeating all this code, what happened? Am I reusing my code? The 4
No.
lines, right? The 4 lines, each and every time they will execute and they will provide me the answer.
Yes.
Is it clear,
Yeah.
everyone?
Yes, Vandana.
Not only
Yes.
one method, I can create n number of methods. See, like static, now void. What does void represent? What does void represent? What does void represent? What does void represent?
You don't
Void
know.
represent when we are not sure of, see here I have given int data type, right? Means my answer should be in the int format. When I'm not sure whether it should be in the int format, I'm not sure whether it should be in the float format, I'm not concerned about the return data type, I will give it as void. Okay. What does void represent? If the method does not return a value, I don't want to return any value, then I will use the keyword called void. Did I share my entire screen? No.
Without using of int A, int B, we can use void.
Void is the void. What will happen if the method does not return? One second, please be online. See, void is nothing but if the method does not return any value. Okay, they return a value. I don't want to return any value. We call it as void. We will use a keyword called void. Okay. See, above in the above turn, I have used a keyword called int, and I'm returning the some value called sum. Means whatever the variable which I have used in the within the method, I'm trying to reuse it. Am I clear?
Yes.
Here, what I will do is int I is equal to 9, int
So
square
static
is equal.
refers to data type, right? Data.
Yeah. Sorry.
Static refers to like data type.
Not static refers to what? Static. When to use static? Static refers you
Object.
can use no you can use the method. We can use the method. Use method
Without giving.
without creating objects.
Objects.
Without creating objects. Okay. That is the reason I'm using the keyword static. Void, right? I don't want to return any value, so I will use void. See, you will get a clarity once I'll do. Square is equal to I into I. System dot out dot println sq. Okay. Here did I give any return type? Did I give a
No.
written statement? No. Right? Did I declare any data type in my when I'm creating a method?
No.
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 So let us see when I call this function. Okay. When I call this function, what happens? Where? Did I give any parameters or arguments within the square method?
No. No.
So it will be a blank one. Okay. Did I get the value? Did I get the value?
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
used I is equal to 9, so only I can use 81. But the problem over here is I can always get 81 only because I have properly defined my I. I don't want to use always I as 9. I want to use for different values of, find the values of different values of I. And sometimes I want to find the square of 20. Sometimes I want to find the square of 200. So how can you use the same function again and again? What I will do is I will declare it here. Int I. Okay. Now we will see whether it will operate.
Yeah.
What is it? What is the
No.
error I am getting?
Yeah. Parenthesis. There is no
I
value
sh-
in this parenthesis.
Square I have given a parameter or argument, but in the when I'm trying to call it, I didn't provide it. So I will provide it here 10. Did I get the answer?
100.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
I get for 1000?
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
operate for any value.
Any
88,
value.
any value. I can just substitute the value and I can not only once. I can use n number of times. Square 79. Same code. N number of times I can use it. Here you have created it. Here you are calling it.
Yes.
Okay, method is nothing but a block of code which you are reusing it. Okay, you can create the method outside the main method but within the class. Okay, one with return type, one without return. Okay, now when I'm using return, what happens? I can have if I'm specifying the data type, it should match the same data type. If I don't want to give any return value, I can just use void. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one more thing you have to get clarity. What exactly return refers to? I'm from that time I'm saying returning some value, returning some value. What exactly return refers to? Okay. I have
The same
add
data
num is
type.
a function. Hmm?
The
Okay.
same data type.
Yeah, same data type, obviously. But let us see like this. Okay. Mm. Suppose I want to store the sum of 8 and 9 in another variable. Okay, I'll create a variable int b and I can store the the method value in this. Add num 17 comma 8. Can I store it? I can store it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is whatever the value which is given in the add num, store it in which variable? B variable. Okay. Problem is here what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do system dot out dot println b. Okay. So what happens, right? The sum, whatever it is there, it will be stored in my B also. Let me execute it. See, I have called my add num. Okay, let me comment all of them. What did I do? I declared a variable B which will store the value of the particular method and let the value of the variable be displayed. So once I execute it, what happens? What it is saying? First of all, it is executing the method because I'm saying variable B is having a method add num 17 comma 8. So when I call this method, it will go to this particular block. What is this? It will take 17 and 8 and it will add the sum. Since I have system.out.println, it is displaying 25. Okay.
Okay.
It is displaying 25. If I don't have this system.println over here, I'll get a single 25. So when since I gave the return statement, the sum value, whichever it is there, it is being stored in B. Is it clear? The sum value which was present in the method, it gets stored in the variable B. Means I can reuse the value, calculated value of the method, and I can store it in another variable also when I give a return
Okay, okay,
statement.
okay.
When I give a return statement, I can reuse the value calculated by a method. Clear?
Yes.
Now we will see for the void. Okay. I have square, right? I have square, Nama. Square is the one which I have it. So what I will do is I will create a variable int c
Is equal to square,
square
square,
square of some value, say some 7.
and
Okay.
then give output.
System dot out
Out
dot
dot print
println.
Println.
C.
See.
Does it provide value? No, it is throwing error. See what it is saying? Type mismatch cannot convert void to int. Okay. Cannot convert void to int. See, type mismatch since I gave void, I cannot store the value provided by square in the C. Is it clear? Since I gave a void, I am not able to store. Actually, 7 square is nothing but 49. It should get stored in C. Since I gave what? Since I gave it as void, I am not able to store it in the C. Yeah, I'll get an error over here. What is the error? Unresolved compilation problem, cannot convert from void to int.
Void to int.
Void represents I am not able to return a value. I can whatever value calculated in the method, I cannot reuse it. Okay, I can display the values, but I can't use it. I can store it in another values. I can just see the answers, but I can't reuse it. The answer for the another one.
Okay.
Clear? So suppose if I change void to int over here, I am changing void to int. Okay. When I give over here, I should return return square. I should use the return statement, return sq. Did I get the answer?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Did I get the answer?
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
So if I declare the data type, for sure I have to give return statement. Like, okay. If I give void, can I give return?
No, no, no
No.
need.
Getting error.
I can't give return. Void does not return any values. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, it will.
Void does not return any values. If I want to reuse the particular variable in the declared in the method again and again, I have to specify the data type and give a return statement. So methods are what? Methods are nothing but block of codes which we can keep on repeatedly used in a program whenever we want. If I want to use the calculated value of the method again and again, I want to store it in another variables, I have to return them. If I don't want to return them, I want to see the values, I can use void statement. Clear, ma?
Yes.
So what
Yes,
does
Sona.
return do? What does return do? Return will return any value.
Any value in the as well as store the data. Another variable.
Yeah, we can store the, because of that statement we are able to store the value in the main method.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any confusion, please ask me. Any confusion? Shall we write one small program for the method using method?
Yes.
Yeah.
And am I scaring? Okay. Um, let me create another example. See, method is important because in objects you will come across the same name again. So method is nothing but what? Block of code
Block
for
of code
reusing.
and this. Yes, reuse.
Reusing. That's it. Method example 2. Example. Okay. So where do I create my method? Inside the class above the main method.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inside the class above the main method, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay. Can I use my for loop within a method? Okay, we will see that for the first 5 values, the square of the number should be printed. Okay.
Okay.
For the first 5 values, I have to print the square of the number. How can I print it? How can I
First
use
one.
it? Just now I have given this for the square one small definition, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will take the help of it and we will write a small program. Program to display the square of
First 5 numbers.
first 5 numbers. Okay, first 5 numbers or
Natural number.
let me just check it out. Okay. If I want to display the output 5 times, if I want to display the output 5 times, square of the number, square of a number 5 times. Same output I want to display it 5 times or 10 times, whatever the number it is there. Okay. There's
Okay.
not much meaning in it. Okay. Don't worry about it. Why? So first of all, how should I define my method? Static I will use because I'm not creating any object. If I want to return a
Static
data
int,
type, okay, int,
int,
okay. Name I should give,
square.
right?
Square.
Square, okay, I will
Yeah.
use square. Should I pass any parameter for any number?
Yes.
So I should pass one parameter,
Mm.
say some
Bonus.
int x,
X.
okay.
Okay.
Then
Second brace.
braces. Then
Int
I have to
square.
int square also I can give. Okay, there are two ways. Int square is equal to what? X into x.
X into X.
There is another way of giving the same, or I can give return x into x.
Okay.
Either
Okay.
I can give directly or I can give like in this format also, return square. You can write in 2 steps or I can directly write return x into x. Because obviously x into x is of int data type, right?
Yeah.
So I can write in this format also, I can write in this format also. Any doubt till here?
No.
Now the next thing is I have to call it. To call it, I have to write my main method, public static,
Void main.
void main,
Right.
okay, string,
Mm,
args.
Box.
I have to call it. How can I call it? Okay, how many times I want to display the output? 10
10
times.
times.
So
10
for I
times.
is equal to 1, int I is equal to 1, I is equal
I
to
equal
I
to
less than or equal to 10,
Plus
10
yeah.
I plus plus.
plus
I
plus.
plus
How many times I want to call my function?
10 times.
10 times.
Square of, okay, spelling mistake, right? Square of, say some 10, 8. Okay. Square
Yeah.
of 8. So will it display the answer? Do you think it will display the
Just go
answer?
10.
Did I give any print? What?
System.out.println, we can't
Yeah,
give.
when println is not there, will I be able to see the answer, view the answer? No, right?
No.
Yeah.
I have called the function. It is returning it, but I didn't store it in any variable.
Yes.
And I'm not displaying the
Yeah.
value also. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that takes it. Is it clear? Still you have any doubts? Anything which you would like to ask, please ask, because methods are very important thing to understand the objects. Objects is necessary to understand the classes. Okay. Since I didn't give any println statement, I'm not able to see that. Int result, I'll store it in a variable. Okay, why is it throwing error?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, I had to give the braces, right? After for loop, I have the braces, no?
Yes.
Then system
Yeah.
dot
Yeah.
system dot uh, uh, system dot out dot println.
Println.
I will write the result is the square of okay, square of 8 is result. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, I have given directly 8. Let us see what will be the output. How many times my answer is printed?
10
10.
times.
Suppose if I give instead of 8, I over here. Suppose if I give I over here, let us see what happens.
Okay. Number.
Give it.
So based on the for loop, each and every time my function is being called and it is being calculated.
Yes.
Okay, you can say I can write this. See, since I have only 2 steps, I can include it over here. There's nothing wrong in it, right? But I am speaking of the code where we are having hundreds and hundreds of lines.
Yes.
See, why we go for methods, why we go for objects, right? Instead of having 1,000 lines of code, it is easier to break down into 10 simple codes. I mean 10 parts, 100 lines of code each a part. Because when we are having any errors, when we want to make any changes, it will be easier for us.
Yes.
For simplification thing only, we are going for the block wise coding or the object wise coding. Objects are nothing but the consider the entire program as one thing. Objects are small parts of the entire program. Clear?
Yes.
Anything you would like to ask? See, I'm not referring to the programs where I have only 2 or 3 statements within the method. I'm referring to the program where you will be having 1,000 lines or 10,000 lines of code.
Reducing the coding line.
No, we're not reducing. We are
No.
reducing the complexity of the code. Yeah, 1 second, please be online. See, if I have, I have 1,000 lines, 10,000 lines. Okay. If I get an error in line, some 700. Will you be confused or not? Maybe that particular variable will be used somewhere else or something else. There are you will be having lot of complexity involved, right? If I for the same 10,000 lines, I will write 100 lines code. Okay, I will make into 10 parts. I will divide it into 10 parts, each of 100 lines of code. Which is easier to debug? Which is easier to debug?
The second one. The second one.
Second one is easier to debug because each and everything is a separate part. Okay, if I want to update this 10,000 lines, it will be very tough, right? I should see what all variables have been used already, and I should not reuse the same variables. It will be very complex. But if I have the part wise, I can modify each and every part separately and I can call them. Okay, that is the reason why we go for the object oriented programming, to reduce the complexity of the code, to increase the reusability, to simplify the code structure. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Please go through the methods topic. Okay. If you